You are Muslims. You are counted as Muslims. Okay. Either you change your religion, which I don't think you'll allow that because you fight it for that, or really you build up, you prove that these Muslims are even different than Muslims in Turkey, or Muslims in any other place in the world. They are European Muslims. They are a good example of what means Muslims. Okay, and this is maybe the things that we are talking about capacity. So I leave you with an exercise for again 5 minutes, just very quick, real 5 minutes, to tell me what is the capacity versus demand in your team. What is the capacity you're gonna raise through your model in order to face the demand? What is the demand? More gambling, more betting offices around the schools. If we don't do that, even though the government will wait for the government, they will do what? Supply versus demand. They will give you that way. Don't have a betting station within 1 kilometer from the school. That's what they can do only. What will be again the supply versus demand? Chamber of Commerce making more training. Is this will solve the problem? No. We'll have more nahla, will not solve the problem. It's not about no. It is techniques that we need to find in order to solve our problem. So 5 minutes of what means capacity versus demand in your team. So all the mentors and the teams sit down together again.
So the NGO group, they are having music as a source of inspiration while they are working. Okay.
منتور مالهم عديد منتور. ها؟ لا عايدة معاك يعني.
Yeah, just some promotion. So lots of sources of inspiration in NGO team.
You work with them? Take their ideas. You sure have ideas.
Okay. So now values team are talking about their source of inspiration.
Šta nam može biti inspiracija da se borimo protiv kladionica? S ove strane imamo znači
But
No problem, never mind.
Never mind. He wrote. So who's the first team? NGO team, are you ready? Are you ready? Take them here.
What?
هذه الضحايا في البوسنة. طبعا الواحد حتى لو يكون مسافر، حتى لو يكون في دولة أجنبية، يقدر يمارس أو يقوم بعملية الأضحية. طافي شيء يمنعك. هذه هي الأضاحي. جميع المشاركين قاعدين يشاركون في الأضحية حتى وهو برا البحر. وكل واحد يتسابق ولذلك فليتنافس المتنافسون. هاي الكتيب مالهم.
والمخبز يخدم العوائل المتعففة بالأكل ويوزع لهم وجبات حق الأكل.
Yes,
Because I'm recording. It's better one.
So basically, these are the quality of life indicators. We have like education, health, material living conditions, economic and health conditions. Can you go to the next slide? Okay. These are the main pathways we used for our project. Firstly, we started with observation. We wanted to see how do they think quality of life is, and what are the main things they should take care of to increase the quality of life. We set the first questionnaire, which was about what, and we indirectly asked them what quality of life is. It's not working. And yeah. Okay. Sorry. The first one of the questions were how are they using their time? Are they doing sports? How are they managing their money and so on? And the results of the first questionnaire. Firstly we put the survey online, on Monkey survey, and we did it face to face. We had 100 examples, and the proposal is to set series of inspiration projects that would empower you to create a positive change in their communities that would lead to better future in Bosnia. And these are a few pictures from our questionnaire. The results, gender and age. For the male participants, they were from 18 to 24 years, and the females were from 12 to 18 years, majority. Then level of education, the majority are students. For the employment, the majority is unemployed. How many? 63% of 100. The results, we can see here that the main problem is migration, and because we have another team that is focusing on migration, we tackled the second problem, which is that they are interested in volunteering, but they don't know who to ask and where to go. So we thought about tackling that problem. So the second survey is about how. So we now know that they know what quality of life is, but they are not practicing it. And the second questionnaire is about how, if you can dream it, then you'll desire it, and then I feel more confident that way. And then you'll have the dedication and determination to see the choices, then have the chances, then overcome the challenges to see the change.
40s, 40s.
So, okay.
So I will continue. In second survey, we have one way of interviewing, and that was online on Google Forms. Interviewing started and finished in August, and we also have 100 responses. So this questionnaire measures the actual youth readiness to see about 4 pillars of inspiration through measuring the ability of the 4 Ds that are considered the real differentiators between those highly inspired and really low in inspiration abilities. So Arbella already mentioned, these 4 Ds are dream, desire, dedication, and determination. Also, we want to show you that we get support from our local portals. In our second questionnaire, support from ABC portal and support from the info.net portal. And result of our second questionnaire about gender, 43% are male and 57% are female. About age, majority is 18 to 24 years. So we asked them, is it the curriculum based on lifelong learning? And majority said yes. And we asked them, does knowledge improve their quality of life? And also majority said yes. So we thought that the important is to ask them is it important for them to work or study? And also majority said yes. So that is one of our way how will we increase awareness about unemployment. Also we asked them how much time do they spend with their parents, and majority said about about 1 to 3 hours. We asked them, do they have a dream to achieve, and majority said yes. And which are the following values they need to work? Majority said about personal values, then family, material, moral, spiritual, and others. What we think that is important to ask them, have they tried and failed in their life? And majority said yes, and after they failed, would they want to try it again? And also majority said yes. So question is about contribution in their community, and majority said that they attend a local festival or other event, and do you think that many of them vote? Because that's a problem with youth in Bosnia, but 50% vote here. And are they willing to continue doing the same for a community? And they said yes. So our mission is increase awareness about unemployment, because if you're unemployed, your quality of life will not improve. Also, your lifelong learning will not improve, and with that, you will more consume negative substance, because we get result that most of youth are using alcohol and drugs. So we want to increase awareness about working part-time. If we improve working part-time, at least it's summer for students, we will improve their lifelong learning and their quality of life, and then it will be less consuming alcohol and drugs. And also we want to increase awareness about volunteering. If you improve your volunteer work, you will improve your lifelong learning and quality of life, and then consuming alcohol and drugs would be less. And our success story would be with Mohammed. First, we started observation with them, and we find out that we need to update the data and study the cases. But our mission is to create the changes in this society through opportunities, increasing choices, increasing life in family, improve service provider, and putting youth out of system, because the huge percentage of youth are in Mohammed, they don't have a food to eat every day.
And the thing is that we want to lower down the percentage of the youth, because they became dependent on Mohammed, and they think like, oh, we have like everyday food, why would we work? And that's the thing, we want to lower that percentage, and to put like a table where we say like these are the red, yellow, and green ones, because they have a list of 300 people who get food every day, but there are more people who like won't be able to like get on that list unless they die, the ones from that list, from 300 ones. So we want to like set the priority for the ones who really need that food, and the ones who aren't, to like try to find them a job, try to find a solution for them. Yeah, maybe give them training or something. Yeah, that's one of the goals.
So that's our goal.
Yeah.
It's time to go for lunch.
So he wouldn't take it. He just gave that to some poor family and stuff like that. So I think that this is really inspiration for our youth who are gambling and give them the model how to stop. And our last, so what is our model is the Sarajevo, because in Sarajevo we have one or two little part of town which are closed whole gambling betting shops there. So our first steps, just one school 1 kilometer around without bettings, and so on. Thank you for attention.
Freedom is a color of our homeland. Freedom of betting to our homeland.
Okay, any questions for this team? Okay, how many of you, just wait, Sunaida, here. It's a good area to collect data from people around. How many of you knows someone, a friend or a relative that is doing betting? Just see around you. 100%. Okay. Okay, so all of us is a source of stories for you. And this is what maybe one of the things, the easiest thing you can do, Sister Zenetta, is to build up a book about betting stories. Okay? I think Arabella, she has a good story. She can mention about a story she witnessed herself. Can we hear from it? Can you come, Arabella? Just tell us the story.
I have two stories. Which one?
Okay, the ones about the camera.
Oh, that's actually my best friend. But
okay. Take it.
I have to take mine. So basically, she is the same age as me, and she was in a relationship for 3 years, and then she decided to get married with that guy, and then migrate to Germany. But before they even migrated, she was always betting in like betting shops, gambling, and all that. And at first, it wasn't that serious, even though it's a bad thing. But then after they got married, they decided to go on vacation in Bosnia to visit us. And they brought money, of course, like pocket money and everything. And the day we decided to meet up, she came to us and said like, we spent all our money on like casino. It's not even like a betting shop. It became even like...
It develops.
Yeah, better, yeah. And she told me like, here is my camera and please can you sell it? We need money to go back to Germany. So it's a serious thing. Yeah.
So what I was saying is that now in order to change society, sometimes we use the worst thing of the society we'll use it, we capitalize on it to create from it what we said earlier, a source of inspiration. Because lots of people, we noticed, if they read stories, if you want to change people, I told you, you can change them only by 3 ways. Okay? Number 1 is that they do the work, learning by doing. Okay. Second thing they do is they see best practices. Third thing, anecdotes. So for that now, lots of the places of the world they use lots of stories and anecdotes. Anecdotes change lots of people. Okay. So the more you make anecdotes, you are transferring actually or embedding or in my mind stories that I would want to avoid. Okay. So if I see these stories, I'll always have this fear because as I told you. Fear is one of the things that we have in us as humans. So the more we build these stories around, the more people will see this. Now, people, they think it is fun, or they see because of their friends, or they take it like it is something that's khalas, this is part of their life. They spend money for eating, they spend money for betting. Okay? In order to build up that this is not something, it's not a joke, it can take you to hell, okay, to hell in life. I'm not talking to hell. Other hell, this is between him and God, or between her and God. It means that we need to build up these stories a lot, and we really spread it through different things, through characters, through drawings, through acting, through theater, and so on. The more we do these things, the more we're going to treat the disease. The disease need to be treated by different ways, but this is one of the ways. Collect the stories. The more we collect the stories, without mentioning the names. Mentioning the case itself it gives us, I don't want to be in this situation, frankly. I don't want to lose my camera, okay? I don't want to lose my data. One day I lose my dignity. I don't have a ticket to go back to my home, okay? This is something I don't want it to be, and I'm sure that for that I will avoid anything that's relevant to that. And this is how we can build up, I think, success stories. So use now this thing collect the data from every one of us that raise his hand, and it will make a lot of difference. Okay. Amir, what do you think about this? What we're saying, or do you have any other alternatives? Since you are here still.
I think the main problem is again back to the society and back to the government. I don't know if you knew, but the bosses of these betting shops, they had a meeting with president of our country, and president they had a lunch, all media, and they were like the heroes of the country. Why? Because they employ maybe 5,000 people in federation. But on the other side, what are they doing? They are taking money from those who even don't have money, who goes to debts, to gamble, and eventually they will steal money to gamble. So at the end, again, we have a president who is the highest institution in one country. He is with them, and they are like the heroes because they are employing 5,000 people, and on the other side, they didn't pay taxes. Approximately, it was, I think, 30 million marks. They didn't pay taxes, and that's why they came to the president, and that's why and it's the election year, and everybody are heroes in that situation because they will finance maybe his political party or something, and everything is okay, but still at the end of the day, people are hurting.
Okay, thank you very much. This is our situation. And we know because of this situation, same as for migration, same for values team, you cannot change the whole world, ladies and gentlemen. What you can do only models. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and our Prophet also told us, قَلِيلٌ دَائِمٌ خَيْرٌ مِنْ كَثِيرٌ مُنْقَطِعٌ. You do small things step by step, and at least you have done something better than, you can talk about the darkness from today till tomorrow. You cannot change the darkness, okay? But what you can do, you can still open a candle, right? Light a candle. And this is the way that I think this team should work. You should work in doing small candles, stories that can be spread. Even if you build up a story that goes into schools, and you show that these stories have started to go into school and be taught, this is, I think, more than enough for your project. That much I'm asking. That simple I'm asking, okay? Because I'm sure that this will affect something else to happen, okay? Because you are moving things around, okay? And this is, I told you, your business, inspiration, and disruption. You want to disrupt the society in a positive way. The society now, they take things for granted. Not only your society, even our society. So what we do in inspiration economy, we say no, we'll not accept this. We don't take these things for granted, and for that, we go sometime against the norm. Because unless we do that, we'll not change things around. And I think this is what is the story of Amir, and this is the story I think they can do also, inshallah, here. Thank you very much, sister. Thank you.
Thank you.
But can I just ask a question? How many of you knew that this is the number of betting shop around each school?
6.
So you all know that this is the situation in the country?
Yes.
And you are all accepting it? Okay.
But it's not like accepting, we're just like passing through it.
Yes, passing
Like,
through it.
yeah, we don't realize because I'm not in that kind of like circle. I mean, that friend of mine, she migrated and I didn't know that it became that serious. And now I'm telling her, but it got too far away. I can't do anything about it. So I didn't even know we had the betting shop in the center of the town. You told me.
Until I show you.
2 or 3.
Yes.
I didn't even know. I'm just like passing through. So.
Okay.
Okay, I think you are not in.
Quality of life. Her name is Tajana Biščević-Kozlica, and she's a sport trainer in Nahla. And she has a great success. She has a great success story, and she will speak.
I will stand here because like I'm not so good, and if I go to faint, I'm gonna just hold you. Well, my name is Tajana Biščević Robinson. I'm professor of sport. I'm trainer. I work in fitness of NAFA. I'm also gymnastic coach, and that's segment where I work.
So I hope I can يعني get may inspire to lose weight inshallah.
Don't say yes. It's a
So they asked me to come here to tell my story. I don't know if it will inspire you, but maybe it will inspire some of you. It's a usual Bosnian story, and maybe some of you are familiar with the situation in our country. So let's hear it out. I was born in a regular Bosnian family. My parents, mom is Christian and my dad is Muslim, but he doesn't act like one, okay? He's like alcoholic and he's gamble and everything what he shouldn't be. There used to be really elite sports before the war, but war changed many people and so did my father. So his best friends tried to kill him 3 times, and many other problems came in his life, so he didn't stand the pressure, and he strayed away. He went into the wrong direction. So since the war, he started doing everything that's like illegal, okay? It's nothing unusual in our country, but it's nothing good. So I have 3 brothers. 2 of them didn't finish school because of situation, you know. Only people who had alcoholic in family, they know what it takes and what all situation you get into it. So my brothers, they couldn't take all the trials, and one of them, he quit after 2nd year of high school. The other one quit after 3rd. And I have the younger brother. He was playing in the games until recently. He's the only one who finished high school, but I don't know if he's going to go to college. Why is this important? It's because I don't accept excuse that you have no future. I don't accept excuse that if you are born in poor family that you cannot succeed, because you can. It's all up to you. It's all up to what you decide. It's all up to how you see your life. You see, I could give up like my brothers, but it's something inside of me that just pushed me forward. I never wanted to quit because why should I? It's so easy to quit and tell, look, I have nothing, I have disliked family, my father is like this. But that's not excuse. That won't improve situation in our life or in our country. So there was a situation that we never had books for school. That was really tough because we never had the books from which we can learn to school, and many of our bad grades come from that. But we passed that on, and we never had like our clothes was always like torn and leaking and stuff, but it doesn't matter, really it doesn't matter. So, after high school, I get inspired. I don't know how, I wanted to go to college. So my father wanted me to go to law school so I can become a lawyer. He wanted me to bail him out if he stuck in jail. And I told him that if he's stuck in jail and he did something wrong, I will hunt him down until he gets punished for what he did. It was so funny for him. Then he wanted me to continue with medical high school because I finished medical university because I finished medical high school. But it wasn't where I see myself. I wanted to go to sport. It was so stupid to all of them, to all my family, all my friends. You will never find a job. What will you do? It's not for a girl. I wasn't covered up with them. Yeah. And I just did for it. So I applied up the documents, and I was waiting. We had that exam for entrance. And that's the big shock. First, really, really big shock came up because a few days earlier, my father went drinking, yes. And he drank all the money we had. I mean, all. We had nothing. And I didn't even ask, do we have? I just realized that I cannot go to college. It's done. I cannot go. So I went to university, I picked up my documents, and I was grieving, I was angry, I was everything. And then I think about, and I realized that if I will lose 1 year of my life, if I won't go to college, what can I do? So I decided to go to hospital to volunteer. Because I finished medical high school, I can go to volunteer 6 months in hospital. And I did that. So that was my second choice. While volunteering in hospital, I was working as a gymnastic coach in our club. So one day, a young man, he just graduated at Faculty of Sport. He came to our club as a guest, and he asked me like, "Why are you in college?" And I don't know why. I told him, "I don't know, my father drank all the money," and he just looked at me. He didn't realize I'm serious. But he said, "Don't worry, we'll figure out something. Don't worry, we'll figure out something. I mean, I don't even know you. Who are you? You can go to college even with money, especially without money." I just say, "Keep going, you're crazy, man." And that's all. But a few months later, I was training with that professor. I joined into his club, and we were hanging out. And I thought he forgot about it, because I forgot about it. It was so crazy idea, but he didn't. So before months where you can apply for college next year, he told me, "You see, we collect some money for you so you can go to college." What? He said, "Yes, we collect scholarship for you." And I was like, "What? That's crazy." I didn't believe it. I didn't. What do you want? You want my organs or what? But he didn't. He just wanted to send me to college. Why? I mean, what do you have from that? You don't have any use. But that was the first time I met someone that's a real Muslim, that do what Muslims should do and help others without expecting. So then, real struggle started. I had to convince my parents to let me go to another town, couple thousands kilometers away, with someone they don't know, with someone I don't know. I told him he has a wife. He doesn't want to marry me. It's not that. And it was still suspicious because not even them met some good people, but they somehow accepted. So I went to Sarajevo. I had the exam and I rocked it. I really did. I was, third or fifth on the list, and I didn't even have the extra points for some diplomas for competitions because I never go to any sport club because we didn't have the money to pay, of course. And I started studying. So the first year, he also it. He paid for the whole year my apartment. And he was sending me eventually money for food. And I was thinking about how can I repay it. So I decided I'll do what I do best. I will learn hard, I will be the best in the college, I will make him proud and make everyone to see that they were wrong. That I can make a difference, even though it's a college that everyone thinks has no future. So after first year, I had a score for like 9.4. It was really high score because I never cheated, I never missed my exams. I did all that I had to do without making any, I don't know how to say, but it doesn't matter. So I applied for a scholarship. I never get a scholarship, but it doesn't matter. My friends that had score 6, they had 2 scholarships. With 9.4, I never get scholarship. But it doesn't matter again. So I continue. Second year, I started looking for a job. It wasn't a really nice feeling to knowing that there's a person on the other side of the world sending me money, having his own family. It's not easy. So I decided that I have to work. What will I work? I was looking for a job. There wasn't any job. No one wouldn't give me some job to earn money. So I decided I will think my own job. You're gonna have to give me a job. I will create my own job and I will work. So the first thing I did was I was babysitting. I was looking forward families that need someone to keep up their children, and I was working that. I was working that after my lecture in college. I was doing some second job. I was translating text from English to Bosnian. It wasn't really expert, but it was good. That was second job. And it was really good and helpful for second year. So after second year, there was shock for all my family, all my friends, all my colleagues and the facts, because I decided to cover up. How? What? You will never be able to do exercise in the college. You will never finish college. You will never get married. You will never find a job. The usual stupid comments that people give, probably because many of them get used to that when our girls cover up, they just put themselves in the house, they don't go to school, they don't earn, they just close themselves inside the house. That's probably partly our fault. But I'm stubborn, so I continue my way. So I covered up. It was from my family from another way, but I ignored it. So on the third year, I decided that I need a better job so I can finance myself all the way up. So I create a club. I mean, it's like that. I create a club with sport activity for women. I had aerobic, swimming classes, mountain climbing, and all for women. It was really nice. And I had much women because it was a trainer. They were satisfied. I gave them what they want. They see the results, and they were all satisfied. And I get to earn enough money to pay my rent, pay my food, and I was just with a lack of money for school fees. Yes, so I was still a bit on the back of that boy, and my parents sent me eventually how much they had. But you know, I'm really weird kind of girl, so I never told them how much do I need. I never ever told them that I need money. Whenever mother asked me, do you have money, I would answer, yes I have. And she asked me how much, I would say, I have enough. And I didn't have enough, but it's enough, I can live with it. So there was once a funny situation when she figured out that I was hiding something from her. She was asking, do you have money? I said, yes, I have enough. And she said, how much enough? And I was like in the corner because I don't lie, what will I say? I said, well, yesterday I had 1 kayam. And she was, what? Yesterday you had 1 kayam, and what do I have now? I said, nothing, I'll eat walls. And that was just funny. So she realized that I will never tell her if I don't have money, if I'm hungry and everything. And she just quit that, and she just sent me whenever she had and how much she had. So what else? After third year, I actually get married. You know, you usually get married. I get married, but my husband was in Bihać. I was in Sarajevo. I was still studying. I was still working. At end of fourth year, there was some new expenditure that you have for diploma, for diploma work and everything else, but someone collected. It was okay. So I went for my diploma, and I didn't have the gold medal or the silver medal. I earned it, but I never get any of it because all my colleagues, they cheated and they had better score than me. And they were all smiling, they were proudly wearing the gold medal with the score they didn't deserve. It was so hilarious. I mean, why do you brag with it? Because you didn't deserve it. But it's the way people do in Bosnia or anywhere else in the world. And it was hard because none of my family could come to Sarajevo when I was receiving diploma. Didn't have the money. It was really hard, but it's nothing that kills you. So after finishing the college, I had I had several calls for jobs. So one was in Dubai, yes. I should go to train some dear princess, I don't know, something like that. And several jobs in Sarajevo, and one of the jobs was in Bihać. So I decided to accept a job in Bihać because I did for 2 years what I could to move girls in Sarajevo. I moved many of them learned what they should eat, what they should do in life to stay healthy, to avoid doctors, because it's not just training. While we do training, I educate them. It's not that jump, lose some weight, and go home. We always analyze the diets, food, what they should eat, what they should do to stay healthy. So it will make them
lifestyle. It's a lifestyle.
Yes, it will keep them healthy. They won't have to go to the doctor, and that's the important. So I came to Bihać and I started to work in our fitness center in Nahla. And at the beginning there wasn't many girls. I don't know why, but there was some pause and there wasn't many girls. It was weird at the beginning. But soon girls came to fill up the gym. I don't know why, but they told me that they see the result very fast. They see that I exercise with them, I show them other exercises. Because in other gyms, trainer just tell them do this, and they go. It's really boring, and every training do the same exercise. I mean, it's stupid. Who does it? But people really do it. And in our gym, we always did the other exercise, and they were all effective, and they all enjoyed because they see that those exercises gave them a lack of pain in back. They have stronger body, they have better circulation, better concentration, better sleep, and they see they feel better. So it was okay. And what else we did? It was challenging at the beginning. I wanted to start a new program that don't even have in Bihać. I was doing it in Sarajevo. It was really effective. But it was challenging to persuade my colleagues that it will work. They were skeptic because they didn't know how will our people react in Bihać. So we started experimentally with that program. It was a really hard program. It was a program that gives result in about 3 to 4 weeks. Lose fat tissue, lose cellulite, gives you strong muscle, and it was everything that people want. So it shows up at few months that girls are really interested in it because they didn't lose any time. That training takes only 30 minutes, but they love it. So now we have many women in fitness and even more girls in group trainings, and I think they're all satisfied because they can come back. In May, I get inspiration. I always get this kind of stuff. I don't know where it comes from, just it pop up. So I realized that I want to reopen the club we used to have, gymnastic club. I was thinking about, well, I'm repairing the women's, their body, their way of thinking, but what can I do for the younger? Because they will grow up into older person. So someone has to repair kids. Who will do it? I will do it. So I always give some obligations to myself. So I opened gymnastic club, and in about just 2 months, we already have 30 kids, and they're awesome. They're trying, they're working, and they're really good. And I'm trying also in that club that everyone can join us, not just the ones that can pay. It's not expensive, just really cheap monthly payment, but none of it, not everyone has the money. So we have like some rule in our club that who doesn't have the money and want to train gymnastics, he can join our club, and he will exercise for free. It will won't harm us, and we will definitely help our country. So that's another thing. That's another thing where I see that I can help my country. That I will learn that kids that they should do what's right. They come on schedule, some obligations, and some I don't know. And now, not again, still working. I finished college. I also finished recently some courses, diplomas, and else. I love going into that stuff. But now I'm struggling with problem that our colleague group has. My husband wants to migrate. And I don't want to migrate. I see why they want to migrate. Well, see, I realize that problem is, I think, that's my opinion, that it's how your parents teach you. Because my parents taught me that you have to fight, you have to work, you have to create something for yourself. No one will give you it on your own. You have to show the world that you are worth, so they will give you something. But in his family, they didn't teach him that. They just complain, you have nothing, these countries are like this, You see, like regular Bosnian people, they just complain, and nothing works. They didn't even try, and even if they did try, they tried once. And I'm trying to educate him. It's a really hard job. And I don't know will I succeed, but inshallah I will.
Inshallah.
I don't know, I'm trying to think the idea for him so he can stay. I don't know what else to do. That's the problem, and what else?
I think we are really highly inspired. I don't know. Let us fly very high today.
Yes.
Okay, so I don't want to miss to give the floor before we close. We need to close today early, inshallah. I shall let people go to their Bayram preparation, whatever. But maybe we'll open the floor for a few questions or comments. So Ahmed, بنخليك آخر شيء. I'm sure you are already flying with me. But let us hear from each team what are the any questions from our sister? Your name, sorry, sister.
You can call me Taichi.
What's her name? Tarini? Sister Madiha. What's her name?
Taichi.
Huh? Tayana.
Taichi is something related to sport.
Tayana.
Well, that I'm very far away, you know. So.
Like I'm in sport.
Okay, any questions? What does it inspire you? Because this is a source of inspiration. But I wanted to comment here. She said, my parents, isn't it strange for you?
Yes.
She said that is, father is unfortunately alcoholic. Also, coming maybe from a highly educated parents, maybe, okay? But still, she said, my parents brought me this way. And maybe, vice versa, for her spouse, I would, with all the respect, I would imagine her spouse is me, by the way. Because I am like this. I come from a family that don't touch this, don't do this. Always we are really spoiled. Rich families and so on. So always we feel that things should come to us. Even a cup of tea should come to me, and make me drink it. So why she said my parents, as if she said a source of inspiration, right? Why she said that? Just I want any one of you to tell me why she's saying that, even though she had a problem when she grown up, when she was growing up.
Because this is a challenge. It was a challenge.
Excellent. They brought her. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has put her in a family, and this is basically what is Ahmed saying. All of us we say, and up to us we create our destiny. Sahih, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told us, and the destiny has been written, but He's given you a space. You move through that space. You can choose this direction. So because she had a positive attitude, as you see, I don't care. Okay, that's normal. I'll go over it, and so on. This became for her a source of inspiration. Being from alcoholic father or from maybe a low or middle class family did not make her stop her dreams. Actually, it brought the fire inside her so that she bring the best out of her. Okay, this is my I think observation about Tiana, right? Tiana. Okay. So any questions for I think Prof. Amala, she had maybe a comment or. ميكروفون وين الميكروفون؟ You can manage without microphone?
No, thank you.
Oh.
I thought that one part of my life was very difficult, very tough, because it's for about 2 years and a half, almost 2 years, I was a refugee, and I passed really a tough period, and it's something that changed me as a person, and I think that sometimes my destiny was very gray, but after this I shouldn't complain.
Yes.
Allah Akbar.
I speak with you a little bit of my personal and emotion story. A little bit of my personal and emotion story Wednesday afternoon, and I don't want to tell you now my all my secrets that I will share with you, but I was lucky that during my refugee time in Italy, I really met only good people, nothing mafia, nothing, really good people, and I learned from them a lot. And there is one Signora Giulia, Mrs. Giulia. When I think about her, she when she see that I was depressed, or she said to me, Amela, God is one. You may name him Allah, you Muslim. We are Catholic, we name God, and think that always when he close one door, he open another.
Allah Akbar.
And even Tai Chi.
Yes.
She a lot of time during his juventud, I don't know how to say, during his period through a closed door.
Yes.
But with help of Allah and her initiative, she opened, I think, more than one door.
Yes.
Allah Akbar. Allah Akbar.
And then we are a little bit no more younger, but in middle age, that we experienced a life in our ex-state, Yugoslavia. We didn't practice our religion. I know about Islam only when I go to my grandmother for lunch for 2 Bayrams. But during my refugee time, I don't know how to explain you by the words, I really feel there is some force that protect me.
Allah Akbar.
Really, I can't explain you by the words. And
that force that protect me teach me that you can go with all your force through the one door. But if there is no destiny, if that door is not your destiny, it's how to say, it's useless to take all your forces to go. And when I discovered that, and when I realized that another door is mine, I wasn't anymore depressed.
Allah Akbar, Allah Akbar.
And I'm really touched by her force.
Yes.
I don't think that a lot of person do such good
Or overcome these challenges.
Yes. And she still have more than
To give.
half of her life.
Yes. MashaAllah. Thank you, Prophet. Okay, any other comments? يلا شوق. بس على صحيح نواد هرز ذبحتونا ترى.
I don't want to cry.
Okay.
This is an inspiration. You cry, you laugh, you dance. You feel it touch your heart. I know it. Even we are not speaking the same language, we have the same feeling everywhere. You touch my heart and you broke my heart, and even you touch my heart and inspire me in all these challenges, problem you face, disaster you face. You didn't lose your faith and you didn't lose your values. Even the man who gives you the money, if there is another lady other than you, she will say, okay, he will give me a money. Why should I say no? Why should I say, خلاص, it's me, I have to be dependable. You were fighting to be independent, to have your own income. Even in college, you are not cheating. This is something inspiring, that with all these challenges, with all these problem you face, you didn't lose your values. So at the end of the day, when you put your head on for sleep, you feel peace, and you feel that there is someone protect you, which is God, because God said, when you come to me one step, I will come 10 steps to you. So you go farther for the God. That's why God bring you to Him. When we go little bit for the God, He gives us a lot of things. And you all, as a gift, we came here. We think we will give some technique, some teaching, but you give us more than we give you. Thank you very much for your story. And it is not story. Maybe 2020 or something, I will see an American Hollywood film about your story. Yes, because it has faith, love, successful, failure, values, lots of the golden keys we talk about. It's in your story. Thank you very much.
يلا أحمد تفضل.
I really like all of you to stand. All of you. What you're witnessing here is not just a gift. It's an angel. And she deserves clap from all of us. I've got the chance to travel. I was so lucky traveling 72 countries, and I've met over the top leader, speaker from all around the world. What you've got, 100%. What you've got, that all Yugoslavian, Bosnian, whatever you want to call it, recognize that. The people who want to leave Bihać, Sarajevo, to other country, look what you've had. Is that enough for you to make you stay here and to see this is the gold? So what you want to go for money, this is a gold. This is an example to all of you. If all of you just listen to what she said and try to practice what she practiced. You can do anything. You're genius, all of you. Please identify that what you've got, her highest value, not her mom. Nobody stopped her. Not her brother, not the college, not the money. She created with open heart. This is not a joke. I think Dr. Muhajji here trying to let you to see exactly this. All of us, I had a goosebumps everywhere in my hand. Because this is gift from God. This is what all of us we want to be. Thank you so much. I've learned so much from you that I don't, this is wonderful. Thank you so much for inviting me. This is a priceless for me as a person. And my God bless you.
Since you are standing, I think you want to say something more?
Yes, there's something more.
Yeah, one.
One
more, because otherwise I will fly. Okay.
I didn't came here to brag or something. I just came to tell my story, just assure some of you that if you think that your life is awful, you have trials, that it's not the end of the world. You have to push through it, you have to work, you have to work harder than everyone else if you want to succeed. But you can't succeed if you put all you have in it. I just came to tell you that it's not country that you don't have future. It's all up to you how much you put into it. And if you come to one wall, you have to go to other ways. Just figure out something, make up something. I don't know. You just shouldn't quit. It's the worst choice you can get. You can do. That's all. Thank you.
Come again, collect here since we have this inspiration. Yalla Kan'an, come, near me. And your team. Again. Yalla, right hand up. Team. Yalla. So that we conclude the day.
Foundation is the one for scholarship.
Hello everyone, my name is Nadia and she's Dad. This is Sanita Seipat. Bosana Foundation was founded by Sanita Seipat 2010 in Los Angeles. Sanita is usually from Bosnia, but before her family moved to America. Bosana Foundation envisions a community in which no one is abused, poor, illiterate, or marginalized. Their members of communities have full and equal participation in the process that ensure their health, well-being, and economic independence, and where everyone has the freedom to define the scope of their life and their future and to achieve their full potential. Bosana mission. Bosana provides marginalized youth with the tools, funds, and resources to make positive life choices that enable them to maximize their personal potential, therefore moving them from a predicament of poverty to stability and self-sufficiency, which promotes viable civil societies. We hope that through the empowerment and education of youth history does not repeat itself, and that Bosnia can once again be a country that boasts powerful multi-ethnic and multicultural traditions. Bosnia is helping orphan and marginalized youth develop hobbies, interests, and confidence by providing job training, internships, mentoring, and access to the higher education to decrease juvenile delinquency and unemployment. Foundation helps supplement for the massive brain drain Bosnia experienced since the war by educating the youth with technical and practical knowledge and encouraging their drive to succeed. Bosana scholarship can get these kind of students. Priority is given to candidates who are currently placed in homes for abandoned children, or they were in the past their pedagogical community or foster families. Also, candidates from single-parent family and other candidates who need material support. Also, conditions are that they are full-time students in the universities of Bosnia and Herzegovina, that they are citizens of Bosnia and they are not older than 21 years while they are enrolling in the first year of university. That they are not older than 25 years for other years and they are not students of the final year. Also, they cannot, during the studies, renewed more than 1 year, or it cannot be the year when they are applying for a scholarship. These are stories from our students. For example, this is Anes. Anes is from Tuzla. He's one true successful story from Bosana. Bosana helped him to get an education that, together with his determination and persistent character, got him accepted into the prestigious Royal Air Force College, Crandall in the UK. And upon return, he was offered a job in Armed Forces of Bosnia. There he was in a short 5 months already promoted. And the Bosana Foundation is so much proud of Anis because we know where he started and how far he came. Anis, he started with picking berries in a forest, and Bosana bought him a bicycle in a year when he was the best student of Bosana. And on that way he was faster and he could pick those berries and sell to help his family. So he took this scholarship, he used it very smart. He finished his university, he's a mechanical engineer. He's finished already his Armed Forces of Bosnia. They rejected him 2 times in Bosnia. But after this, his experience in the UK, he's accepted immediately. Also, he has 2 parents, but Anis was in a very difficult financial situation. This is another story. His name is Eddie. Sanita met him in 2009 in Tuzla. She came from America to visit one small village, and there she saw kids from homes for abandoned children. And she met him and heard his story. He was 18 years old and he had to go out from that house, and he didn't have a place where to go. So that day, the whole story about Bosana started. She decided to help through the education of the young people in Bosnia. Edin right now, he's a professor of the gym. You can see his first class in primary school center. Also, he has hobbies. He likes skiing, bicycling, and he's a DJ. So this is one more successful story. Of course, he didn't have any parents, and he had a younger brother who is also in that house right now, but Bosana is helping him to build his old grandpa's house so he can have a job and a place to live, and he can save his brother also for the future. This is me. I'm a member of Bosana 4 years till now. I'm a single parent from single parent families. I was a straight A student in high school. Bosana helped me a lot in my life. Financial support was main, but also you have every kind of support in Bosana. Everything you need, you can just tell them and they will try to solve your problem. Right now, I finished economy in Bosnia. I plan to sign a master's degree also to have, and Bosana will help me this year. So in 2004, I win on a competition Bosana made and visited America for 14 days and their university in LA. Also, I want to say that my team and me, we won the first prize. You can see perhaps that is my team. We made a project with Bosana and the Bihać project win. So you can see the kids who are from Bihać, you can see there is a quiz. Perhaps you know you have our signs. We decided to help our community and tourists in Bosnia on the way that we showed tourists the safe places where they can swim in Una, because most of people who come to Una, to Bihać, and they want to swim, there is a problem that they don't know that river is a beautiful but also a dangerous river. So in that way, Bosana helped us to finish our project, which is useful for our community. So that is everything of Bosana. So if someone of you needs scholarship, you are welcome to our, we love to call it Bosana family.
Right now there is 40 to 50 students this year.
Okay, I think very exciting. Yes, Joe, Kanaan.
Hello. Do you cooperate with some NGOs? That's my question.
I can't hear you. Sorry.
I will repeat. Do you cooperate with some of NGOs in Bosnia, exactly in Bihać?
For right now, I think not. Yeah.
Okay.
Quality of life?
Yes.
Yes.
For example, I don't want money from your foundation. I just have, for example, one of us.
That's always helpful. Bosana Foundation for now is not so famous in our canton. And we always need the volunteer, the persons who can help to, that everyone knows about Bosana here. I'm the first student from this canton and there is two more students. Volunteers are also helpful when we have charity actions. For example, I can find you somewhere. On this picture you can see Zajedno preko prepreka, together we pass obstacles. That is a project of some students. We decided from our scholarships to give money, small amount of money, and make our own project where we help to people in Bihać, for example, 1 month. Next month we are making voluntary work in some other city, and we gave away that money. So in those actions we need help, and it's always welcome, of course, anytime.
Okay. Any other questions? Okay, my question to you, ma'am. Thank you very much. Very good. Yes,
Qbala she has.
Okay, Qbala, yeah.
If you're gonna open the scholarship, are you open to giving some resources for the NGOs?
I'm not sure I can give you an answer on that question. Ja sam čula, kažem da nisam sigurna da ti mogu ja dati odgovor.
Migration is one of the biggest issues now, especially in Sarajevo or Bihać is facing. What's the role that you guys are playing to minimize this or reducing this migration? Yeah, people who
live in Bosnia and they want to go. Yeah. Bosnia's first rule is that they give scholarships to people who want to stay here, who are ready to fight against unemployment. For example, essay I wrote, and I went to America, was on the topic how to reduce unemployment in Bosnia, how to help, and I wrote on that topic. They are ready for any way to help you, to connect you with the people. If you have idea how to work, how to open something new for yourself, they will always find a way to help you, just that you stay there.
I was just thinking that you help all Bosnia or specifically only for Onasan and Canton? Is this
The whole Bosnia.
all Bosnia?
All Bosnia. It's from the whole country, and it's not about nation, religion.
So, but it's based on you select or they correspond to you and then you choose.
How some choose
Yes.
students. Every year you can apply. Person can apply, and then they choose if you were a good student, if you made these conditions from the beginning. They have 4 or 5 persons who choose from that number who applies.
Yeah, and the conditions are, for example, with a single parent or without known parent, something like this, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I told them at the beginning that those are the persons who Bosana will accept you if you have both parents, if they are unemployed. But you have to be a good student in high school also and have nice results or competition.
politicians, awards, and everything.
And what did inspire you? And what are the things? Why are you coming to present in the name of Bosana? What is the made you feel that Bosana, as you said, is like your home? What is it about? What is the thing that you can tell us that we can do for our organizations, or we can do for our society from this learning?
Bosana is not giving you just a scholarship. Bosana is making, as you can see on these pictures, these are kids who are different nationalities, religions. In every time, you can call someone of them to help you in something. They can call you. Bosana is there to help you in any way. It's not just they are giving you money and say, go and study. No, they are sending you a message before exams. You can do it, you can pass it. So you just, during your time, and these are team buildings. During that, you get to know them, everyone, and it feels like family at the end.
Okay. So it is, they touch your spirit and heart and mind all the time, and they follow, and the follow-up is strong. That's what I learned from what you're saying, right? Okay. And the follow-up stays till what till which age? When they say thank you very much?
This year when I finished, I was writing them a letter, and they asked you questions like, do you want to be a part of Bosana further? You are always there for them. They said it's not our finish is not done when we give you a diploma. Our finish is done when we find you a job, when we give you a stability that after that you can help someone, like Bosana helped us.
Okay. Thanks a lot for coming all the way to inspire us, and we are very inspired by your commitment to Bosana. And this is also something shows that you have a good quality inside you, mashallah. Okay, thanks a lot. Thank you.